one post. And Scott Schreiner will start for the Spartans, a 6'3 junior. We didn't get those two starters before. That'll be the front line. Scott Hondo, a 6'4 sophomore, starting at a post. And the two guards then will be Steve Howells, a 6'1 senior, and Bart Johnson, a 6-foot senior. For the Willmar Cardinals, Ryan Habada, 5'11 senior, will start at one guard. Nate Hansen, a 6-foot senior, at the other guard. Matt Thompson, a 6'4 junior, at one forward. And Jeremy Hillenbrand will start at the other forward. And the center will be Brian Bach, a 6'7 senior. Chad Newman expects to see a lot of action tonight, too, the 6'4 sophomore. We'll have the opening tip-off in 1 minute.
Starting at center, number 55, Jeremy Hillenbrand. At guard, number 11, Ryan Habada.
Country and the cable viewers back in the Cold Spring area, and we're set to roll with this basketball game. The ball's in the air, and with Hondo jumping against Jeremy Hillenbrand, the 6'10 senior, the tap is out of bounds, and it'll belong to the ROCORI Spartans. And Steve Howells will have Craig Ethan trigger the inbounds pass into the backcourt, and Howells will bring it into the front court. Spartans starting the two wings, trying to get some scoring punch into the lineup. Howells and Johnson out at the guard spot. And Scott Schreiner, here's a three-pointer on its way, rattles out of there, no good. A lot of the fans remember when Johnson hit the 8 three-pointers to set the school record the last time out. And from the left side, Matt Thompson hits the three-pointer, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Willmar Cardinals. Hits it from the left wing. There's truly fighting a bit of a cold, so you're going to hear probably a little coughing in the background tonight. We'll try and keep that under control as well. And now traveling called against the Spartans as Johnson had a little trouble handling the basketball. And it'll be Willmar's ball on the side. Habada and Hansen at the guards, Thompson, Bach, Brian Bach, that is, and Jeremy Hillenbrand up front for the Red Clads of Willmar. From three-point land, it's good. Another three-pointer. Ryan Habada hits this one. And just like that, a 6-0 lead for the Cardinals. So the Cardinals coming right back the way the Spartans did in the first. And then the cross-court skip pass. Here's Johnson with the three. It's good. That's going to be a 2 for Bart Johnson. His toe was apparently on the line. Willmar jumping out to a 6-0 lead before the Spartans cut it to 6-4, 6-3. No, they gave him a 3 apparently. There's 3 up on the board. And the turnaround jumper that won't go by Hillenbrand, but the follow-up shot is good by Brian Bach, his first 2 points of the ball game. So the Spartans, Johnson was credited with a 3. I thought the official on the near side anyway was, well, now they have given him a 2. The ball is out of bounds on the near side, almost a steal. Scoreboard had 3 up for a moment, but then they brought it back to a 2, and so it'll be 8-2. And a 6-point lead for the Cardinals. Pass on the left side is to Johnson. Back outside to Howells at the top of the circle. 2-3 zone for the Cardinals. Cross-court pass to Johnson. Almost lost by Howells. He got it off his fingertips. Good, tight, matchup-type zone defense for Willmar. Inside, here's Schreiner up with a shot. The follow-up tap by Craig Ethan is good. So Schreiner missed the shot, but Ethan followed it in, and it's an 8-4, 4-point lead for Willmar. Into the lane to Brian Bach, back outside to Hansen on the right wing, outside to Habada for 3. That's a 22-footer. Up on the top and out of bounds. It'll belong to ROCORI backcourt baseline. For the Spartans, they have Ethan, along with Schreiner, Hondo, Johnson, and Howells in there, the starting 5. Ethan with the basketball, now gets it off to Johnson, who'll bring it across the timeline on the dribble to the right side. ROCORI coming in at 3-4 in the conference, 6-9 overall. Willmar at 3-4 in the conference, 8-4 overall for the Cardinals. Out at the top of the circle, Howells with the basketball. Bounce pass on the right side to Handel. Drives the baseline, puts up the shot, and he'll be called for the offensive foul. Handel's first foul of the basketball game. Backcourt baseline, Willmar's ball. This one is something special. New York strip steak served every night at the Red River Inn. It's a taste treat complete with soup and salad bar plus potato and roll, all for only $6.99. Enjoy the New York strip steak from the Red River Inn. Red River at Main Mall, Cold Spring. Here's a shot from three-point land, and it's good. This time it's Nate Hansen who hits the three. 3 three-pointers and a two-pointer. All three of the outside men have hit three-point baskets. Habana, Hansen, and Thompson. Here's the ball knocked away and stolen from Johnson. The layup by Hansen is good. Turnover 2 from ROCORI. Timeout Spartans. They want to talk things over. We'll take a timeout. 1 minute. 4:41 to play. It's Willmar 13, ROCORI 4. Take a full minute. Back again at Willmar, where the Cardinals jumped out to a 13-4, 9-point lead, and now a whistle and a foul call as the steal was made, and then a hold is called against Steve Howell. So the Spartans having trouble handling the basketball. Third turnover of the ball game for the Spartans, and Lyle New will come in for that very purpose of handling the basketball as he becomes the first substitution for the Spartans. Over on the right side, this is Hansen with the basketball. Gets it inside to Bach, and then over on the left-hand side with the ball. This is Thompson. Cross-court pass knocked away, kicked out of bounds. Saved over and back will be called against Willmar, and I don't believe the Cardinals, the ball appeared to be touched by the Spartans somewhere along the line, but no one had possession apparently, and so the turnover goes to the Cardinals, their first of the ball game. Mark Johnson will sit down, and Lyle New is into the game. Howells, Ethan, Schreiner, Handel, and New in there right now for ROCORI. Here's New on the right side to Schreiner. Schreiner bounce pass over to Howells. Howells drives it into the lane. Turnaround fadeaway jumper won't go. Ethan rebounds it up. New, he traveled. Traveling called on Ethan, who shuffled his feet as he tried to make a little more room under the basket, and there was no doubt he moved his feet. And it's still 13-4, 9-point lead for Willmar. 3:55 to play as we've crossed the midway point of the first quarter. Inside Bach, gets it over in the right-hand corner to Hansen, back inside to the post to Bach. Bach in the lane, bounces it into the corner. On the drive, shot won't go by Thompson. Howells rebounds it down across the timeline, pulls up, leaves it outside for New. New calling the play. Willmar's gone to a man-to-man defense. Ethan all alone under the basket, and he got spotted nicely by Howells, and Ethan puts it down. His second basket of the ball game. 3:23 to play, 13-6, 7-point lead for Willmar. Over on the right side to Hansen, inside to Bach. They kind of worked Bach from the post. Bach's jumper won't go from 10. Rebound pulled down by New, gets it ahead, and then stolen by Bach. So turnover number 5 for the Spartans, and they're taking off right where they left off in that Durham Hall game where they had about 20 turnovers with the starters in there. Turnaround fadeaway by Hillenbrand. Hillenbrand is good. Jeremy Hillenbrand's first basket, and a 9-point lead for the second time in the ball game for the Cardinals. 2:47 to play first quarter. Across the timeline, Howells pulls up, bounces it into the middle, stolen by Hansen. The layup by Habana won't go, but New will be called for the personal foul. It'll be his first of the ball game. It's turnover number 6 for the Spartans in the ball game. And going to the free throw line for the Cardinals will be Ryan Habana, the 5'11 senior. I Coach Mike Hansen might have wanted a deliberate foul on that one, which would mean then that it would be have the same response as a technical. He had talked to the official, but was not called. So it'll be just a regular two-shot in the act of shooting foul. And at the line will be Ryan Habana. Has 3 points in the ball game on a three-point basket. His free throw is up and good. Habana's 4th point of the game. He leads the scoring now for Willmar. 2.5 minutes to play first quarter, 16-6. And now 17-6, and that's the biggest lead of the game for Willmar by 11. ROCORI, their own worst enemy, with 6 turnovers in the game so far. New gets it outside. And now back to that zone defense, what appears to be a 1-3-1. Here's a three-pointer right side, good by Bart Johnson. So this time he does get the three-pointer and has 5 points in the basketball game. Here's a jump shot from the right side. Hillenbrand with the turnaround from the right side hits it. It's his second field goal of the game. And here's New with the pass across the timeline to Johnson as mild pressure put on by the Cardinals and knocked out of bounds on the far side. Good crowd on hand, almost a full house for tonight's ball game. Always a good one when these two teams get together. And New outside with the basketball. Looking at what appears to be a 2-3 zone right now, but more of a matchup zone. Here's Bart Johnson outside for New, left side for Handel. Back to New, looking for three, and he does not have it. Rebound pulled down, up and in by Schreiner. Scott Schreiner gets his first basket of the ball game, and it's 19-11, 8-point lead for Willmar. Shot from the right side. It won't go. Rebound pulled down by Handel. Gets it ahead to Johnson, bounces it down inside to Ethan. Tried to shoot it up there a little bit too quickly, and then the rebound pulled down by Hillenbrand. So the Spartans in a little bit of a rush that time. Ethan playing against the 6'10 Hillenbrand and the 6'7. And so he's got a height disadvantage all the way around. Habana, shot from outside, no good. Rebound pulled down by Bach out to Hansen. Then on the left side it goes to Thompson. Inside Hillenbrand, turnaround shot is no good. Rebound Johnson. Bart Johnson pulls it down. And New will bring it down court for the Spartans. 19-11, less than a minute to play. Across the timeline, New with the left-hand dribble, bounces it down into the corner to Ethan. Back outside to Johnson. Johnson bounces it to New. Free throw line, here's Johnson with a jumper. It's good. Bart Johnson hitting the jump shot, cutting that lead down to 6 at 19-13. And across the timeline with 30 seconds on the clock. Hansen's pass across. Back outside now to Habana, right side to Hansen. And Willmar will play for one right now. ROCORI in their white uniforms with the black numeral and the red trim. Willmar, as we said, in red with the white numeral, white trim. And Habana will hold the ball out at the timeline at 10 seconds to play. Right side to Hansen. ROCORI in the 2-3 zone. Over to Hansen. Inside Hillenbrand. Hillenbrand traveled, but no foul was made. Now a foul is called on New. Well, everybody in the place recognized that travel, but except the official who was standing right there. Apparently he was too close to it. Moved both feet, no doubt. But it'll be a foul called on Lyle New, which will be his second of the basketball game. And now the Spartans. Hillenbrand sits down for Willmar. His box with a shot at the buzzer. That's the end of the first quarter. The score is Willmar 19, ROCORI 13. We'll be back in 1 minute. the lead, 19-13, as we head into the second quarter of this ball game. 5 points for Habana and 4 for Hillenbrand. The leading scorers for Willmar, 7 for Bart Johnson on the ROCORI side. 19-13 the score. 7:52 just underway, second quarter. With the basketball outside, this is Habana up on the right-hand side with the basketball. New player in there, by the way. We'll have to check it for you. Number 31, whom we didn't expect to see here tonight, is in there right now. In the corner of the left-hander, brings it back out to Bach. And or make that Newman. That's Newman and Bach are in there now. Brian, and also in the ball game, I believe, is Darren Bach for the Cardinals. From outside, Habana's jumper is good, about an 18-footer, just inside the line. And Habana now with 5 points from the field, 7 in the ball game to lead the scoring. He and Johnson each have 7. 31 in there would be John Sundet, who is a 5'9" sophomore. Well, let's check that for you. That's not right. We got the wrong side here. 31 would be Matt Erickson, a 6'2" senior. Matt Erickson. Spartans with the basketball. This is new. Right side to Schreiner and back out. Gets it to Johnson. Back over to New on the far side. New with the basketball. Bounce pass down into the corner to Schreiner. Schreiner on the drive. Bounces it back outside to Johnson. Good defense. Heindel from the corner. 18-footer won't go. Missed the J, and the pass on the outside comes from Erickson back to Bach inside on the drive. His shot won't go, but a foul is called. Foul on the Spartans will be on Scott Schreiner, his first, and team foul number 5 on the Spartans. You can't beat those old dinner favorites at the Red River Inn. Liver with bacon and onions, chopped steak, cheddar steak, ham steak, fried fish, and broiled fish. Each dinner includes mashed or baked potato, roll, and vegetable, just $4.99. $5.99 with salad bar at the Red River Inn in Cold Spring. Free throw is up, and it is good by Brian Bach. And for Brian Bach, his 3rd point of the game. Willmar is a team 3 out of 3 from the line. Second free throw won't go, but Habana comes out of there with the basketball. And the Cardinals control down into the corner to Erickson. Matt Erickson back out to Habana, who has a real hot hand right now, and that's his second three-pointer of the basketball game. He has 10 points in the game, and it's a 25-13 Willmar lead. They're up by 12. ROCORI yet to score here in this second quarter. Willmar's defense just turned it up a notch, and their 2-3 zone is really matching up, forcing ROCORI well outside the three-point line. Here's Hondo, called for the travel, and the Spartans turn it over for the 7th time in the ball game, and timeout ROCORI. 5:54 to play, first half. It's Willmar 25, ROCORI 13. Back in a minute. Discussion going on as to whether Tim Nuring can come into the ballgame for the Spartans, and the official says it's not because the buzzer is sounded. So the 6'3" senior will stay out for a little bit longer. Tim Nuring will not be able to come into the ballgame. Here's Willmar with the ball knocked away and picked up by New, and then a foul from behind will be called on Erickson. So the Spartans force Willmar into their second turnover of the ball game. And with a 25-13 score, 5:40 to play in the first half, Spartans will have the ball out of bounds on the side. Ethan will come in, or Nuring will come into the ball game. Ethan will trigger the inbound pass to Bart Johnson, who's covered in a man-to-man defense right now. Willmar changing up on their defenses. Nuring did check in for Schreiner a moment ago on the dead ball. Here's the shot from outside, no good by Ethan. Chased down along the baseline by Chad Newman. And across the timeline comes Habana. Habana with the basketball, bounces off on the right side to Erickson. Erickson looking inside for Bach, gets it down to the baseline. Nice return pass from Newman, who puts it up and in. Chad Newman's first basket of the ball game. This Willmar ball club, I was impressed with them the first time these two clubs met at ROCORI, a game won by ROCORI 54-51. And I haven't changed my opinion on this team. They are a fine basketball team. And they're showing it right here, leading by 14 with a chance to make it 15 if Newman hits the free throw. Foul was called on Tim Nuring, his first. Free throw is no good, so it remains a 14-point basketball game, and ROCORI has yet to score in this second quarter. First miss of the night, by the way, for Willmar. Outside to New, cross-court pass to Johnson. Johnson will bring it back outside. 3:10 has been played, and ROCORI yet to score in this quarter. Here's a three on the way for Johnson, and it's good. Bart Johnson with 10, a couple of three-pointers for Johnson, and a two-pointer. In fact, two two-pointers, two three-pointers. Here's the ball on the floor, chased down by New. New will get it back over to Johnson, and turn to New, and the Spartans get the basketball and head it down court. 27-16, 11-point lead for Willmar. Left side Nuring, back outside to Ethan, right on the three-point line with the J. It's no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Brian Bach. He'll get it to Habana, and Habana will clear it across the timeline. Erickson, Darren Bach, rather, is also in there along with Newman. Big ball club in there for Willmar, even without Hillenbrand, who was 6'10". Held ball will be called as the missed shot from the right corner by Erickson. Arrow points ROCORI's way. Into the ball game for Willmar comes Scott Cray, the 5'10 junior, will check in at the guard spot. And ROCORI going with Johnson, New, Ethan, Hondo, and Nuring right now. Alden Schreiner on the bench. New will bring it across the timeline, dogged closely in the man-to-man by Cray, left side for Nuring. Bounce pass right side to Johnson, back outside to Nuring, right side to New. Lyle New puts it on the floor with the left-hand dribble one time and then goes over to Hondo. Back it comes for Johnson, open for the three, but it's no good. And on the rebound, the foul will be called on Craig Ethan. Craig's wondering what that foul was. Interestingly enough, it was the official the furthest away that made the call, and it didn't appear that there was a foul in the situation, but apparently he got his hand on him somehow. And so at the free throw line will be Chad Newman. Newman at the line for the second time tonight, missed his first attempt, the only miss of the night for Willmar, and he makes this one. So the bonus coming for Chad Newman, 28-16, 12-point lead for Willmar with a chance to make it 13. 3.5 minutes to play first half. 98 Country is WWJO, St. Cloud, Minnesota. Free throw is good on the second one for Newman, who has 4 points in the ball game off the bench. Johnson brings it across the timeline. Tries to go inside to Hondo, but it's picked off by Willmar. Unofficially, the 8th turnover of the ball game for ROCORI, and now Bach carries the ball, no call. And the follow-up is good by Matt Thompson. Bart Johnson across the timeline, holding the basketball. You can hear the ROCORI fans not happy with the officiating right now. Bach, no doubt, carried the basketball, but no whistle. Passed out into the corner to Ethan. Brings it back outside to Hondo. Cross-court pass to Nuring. Outside to New. Lyle New, left side to Johnson. Johnson inside to Hondo. Lost the ball. Spartans turning it over for the 9th time. And the pass intended back to Cray from Matt Erickson is knocked out of bounds by Johnson. It will belong to the Cardinals. Throwing the inbounds pass will be Matt Thompson. Gets it inside. Bach, nice move along the baseline, and Brian Bach puts it down. Well, he's the second leading scorer in the conference and the second leading rebounder in the conference, so he's an outstanding ball player in double figures in both of those situations. Here's Johnson with it, 33-16. Willmar with their biggest lead of the night at 17 points. New to Hondo, and then the cross-court pass goes to Johnson. Bounces it down to Nuring. Inside for Hondo, but again that entrance pass is picked off, and Nuring will pick up the foul. For Tim, it'll be a second foul of the ball game. And we'll go to the other end with 2:06 to play. 33-16 will have the 1-1 coming at the other end. 1-1 coming. We'll come back in 15 seconds. The free throw is up and good by Newman. And he now, after missing his first one, has hit 3 out of 4 from the charity line. Second one is up and also good. So Newman 4 out of 5 with 6 points off the bench for Willmar. He has all 6 of their bench points, in fact. And Howell's back into the ballgame for ROCORI. Jump pass over on the right side to New, down into the corner to Schreiner. Back out to Hondo. The Howells, fakes left, goes back out to New. Inside to Hondo, and a blocking foul will be called on Willmar. And for the Cardinals, it'll be a personal foul on Brian Bach, his first of the basketball game. Only the second team foul against the Willmar Cardinals. Gillenbrand comes in. Bach will get his first rest of the ball game with 1:48 to play in the half, and with a 35-16 lead, I'm sure the Cardinals want to give him all the chance he can have to rest. ROCORI trying to go inside, but all 3 times they've tried to go inside the Hondo, the pass has been picked off. And now Jesse Philippi will come in. Here's a jumper by Hillenbrand. It's no good. We're going to get a foul from behind by Cray, and that was a situation where just a very small touch foul that really didn't have any effect on the play at all. And so it'll be backcourt baseline. ROCORI will have the ball. Jesse Philippi's hair is starting to grow out again, I see. He was a skinhead there for a while. He also had that little kind of a topper early on in the season. Now his hair is starting to grow out again. Philippi in the ball game. New sits down. Howell's also in there along with Nuring. Hondo and Schreiner drive to the basket, up and good by Steve Howells. Howell's first basket of the ball game, his first 2 points. Here's Cray driving it down the lane, knocked away by Howells, but out of bounds. It'll still belong to Willmar. 1:11 to play. We'll have an update on the news, weather, and sports at halftime with Dory Adams back at the studios. We'll also have a bit of a feature and have the scoring coming your way. Don't have a guest at halftime tonight, but we will bring you up to date on some of the information from around the Central Lakes Conference. Here's a turnaround jump shot. It's up, no good. Rebound follow-up shot is good by Newman, who missed the shot but followed it in. And Newman has 8 in the ball game. Stevie Howells across the timeline, clears it, gets it over on the left side to Philippi. Back over to Howells. Back to Philippi. Down to the baseline to Schreiner. Couldn't quite find the handle, and then was covered. Over on the right side to Howells, 37-18. Still that 19-point lead for Willmar. Their second 19-point lead of the ball game. Here's Howells with it, inside to Hondo. And there's another pass, trying to go low, picked off. 11 turnovers in the first half. ROCORI, their own worst enemy. They're going to get a block called on Philippi. And for Jesse, that'll be his first personal foul of the ball game. Going to the line to shoot the 1-1 will be Cray, and we'll come back in 15 seconds. At the free throw line is Scott Cray, and Cray's shot will not go, so it's on the bonus. 37-18 the score, still a 19-point lead. Down court, Spartans with a basketball. Going outside to Philippi. Philippi looking inside, he'll have to hurry. Here's Schreiner with the clock running down. Inside, nice pass inside. The shot won't go. Put up by Dan Moore, who just got in for the first time there. The buzzer sounds, but there will be a foul and a free throw coming. The foul will be charged to number 53, Chad Newman. It'll be his first of the ball game, and Dan Moore will go to the free throw line to shoot the free throws as the half is over. Willmar will have 37. We'll have to check the other scoring. First free throw by Moore is no good. We'll have another one coming. We'll check all the scoring at halftime, and then Dory will have a short news update, news, weather, sports, any scores that we might have from around central Minnesota. Free throw by Moore on the second one is good. So the score at halftime is Willmar 37, ROCORI 19. We will come back with our halftime feature and scoring in 2 minutes. I'll read the halftime sponsors, State Bank of Cold Spring and Willmar, and then I'll give the scoring and then take a break for those two, okay? Thank you very much, Dory. We're underway in the second half as a jump shot from outside, no good by Johnson. Bach got the ball down inside and scored for Willmar, so the Cardinals are up by 20 here as they had led by 18 points at the end of the first half and now find themselves up by 20 over the Spartans on the basket by Bach. The long shot, no good, out of bounds by Johnson. And Willmar on the attack once again, right to left on your radio dial. Over on the right side, this is Hansen with the basketball. Brings it back outside. Now the turnaround, Hillenbrand, and this time he is called for traveling, as Hillenbrand had traveled earlier in the game, but it was not noticed by the officials. This time they caught him in the lane. ROCORI with 11 turnovers in the first half, Willmar with only 3 in the first half, and that was one of the big reasons why the Cardinals have that commanding lead at 18 points at halftime. And lead by 20 right now at 39-19. 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Across the timeline now as New will clear it on the left side against a man-to-man defense with Habana on him. Pass inside intended for Ethan, and a foul from behind is called on Matt Thompson. It'll be his second personal foul. Well, I have him for 2. The scoreboard has him for only 1. I may have missed one somewhere along the line, so Thompson has only the 1 foul in the ballgame. Apparently that was his first one. Here's a bounce pass right side to Hondo. Hondo starts to drive, but is cut off at the baseline by Bach. Brings it out to Johnson. Bounce pass into New. New looking for the entry pass, but Bach doing a great job on Hondo here tonight. Over to New on the right side. They're always looking inside, but Bach is fronting him, and he knocks it away. And inside, though, the shot, an easy bunny shot, no good by Moore, who got that errant pass inside off the hand of Bach and then missed a little shot. Here's a 3 on its way, no good by Hansen. Rebound pulled down by Ethan for ROCORI. Down court, New gets it to Moore looking inside. Brings it back out to New. New bounce pass left side to Hondo. Hondo drives it into the lane. Back out to New for 3. No good. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be Willmar's ball. Apparently last touch by Craig Ethan, as he tried to punch it away from the Willmar player. And here comes Habana into the front court. Clears it across the timeline. Jesse Philippi getting set to come in for ROCORI for 3. Here's Habana, and Habana has the hot hand tonight, as he now hits his 3rd three-pointer of the ball game and has 13 points in the game for Willmar. He's definitely their spark plug tonight. 42-19 the score. Willmar on top. That's their biggest lead of the ball game at 23. Here's the pass, knocked away. Here's a lead pass for Habana. Habana on the breakaway, blocked by Ethan, but a foul will be called on Ethan, and Craig picks up his second personal foul of the basketball game. We'll remind you that now you can enjoy the Red River Inn Chicken Buffet on Sunday night. Stop by any time between 3 p.m. and closing any Sunday night and get the chicken buffet complete for only $4.49. Red River Inn, Red River at Main Mall in Cold Spring. At the free throw line will be Ryan Habana. And his free throw is on its way and good. Habana doing about everything right here tonight for the Cardinals. 3 out of 3 from the charity line. Dan Crone checks in. Bart Johnson will sit down. Moore, Ethan, Philippi, and Hondel also in there for ROCORI. Habana and Hansen at the guards. Newman, Thompson, and Bach up front for Willmar. Free throw by Habana is good. He's got the touch on the ball tonight. Has 15 already in the ball game, and we're just not quite midway through the third quarter. Across the timeline, Crone. Now, Philippi and Crone are at the guard spot, so ROCORI going with the 2 little guards. And Crone calling the play. Looking inside, going right side to Philippi. Covered quickly. Pass cross court intended for Hondel. The skip pass is controlled by Newman. Newman clears it across the timeline. ROCORI's first turnover of the second half. Outside the pass. Make that the second turnover of the second half. The last one led to the free foul shots by Habana. Here's a follow-up shot inside after the miss, and going up to put it in was Chad Newman. Newman picks up his 3rd field goal, and he has 10 in the ball game off the bench. Philippi across the timeline. Philippi got leveled on that last one, and Coach Bob Brink wanted a foul, did not get it on a charge. Thrown on the outside with the ball now for the Cardinal, or for the Spartans rather. Right side for Hondel, covered quickly by Thompson. A good floating zone for Willmar. Looks like one of those good tech zones that we've seen too many times. Here's Hondel with the jumper, but he's way off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Newman. He'll leave it for Habana with 4:10 to play, third quarter. Across the timeline to Bach, way out beyond the three-point line, covered out there by Hondel in the ROCORI man-to-man defense. Even further out now for Habana. Habana on the drive, pulls up for the jump shot. Well, you'd think they had a three-point, the clock turned on that way, a shot clock, because Habana put that one up off balance and hit it, and he has 17 in the ball game. Philippi across the timeline, 48-19. Willmar with that commanding 29-point lead. Who would have thunk it? Crone, right side for Hondel, down into the corner to Philippi. Back outside for Hondel. Left side for Crone. Inside for Moore. Further inside for Hondel. He goes up for the shot. Missed the shot, but got fouled. 2 shots will be coming for Hondel. Foul will be charged to Brian Bach. It'll be his second personal foul of the ball game. Second team foul against Willmar. And at the free throw line will be Scott Hondel. Hondel at the line. We'll be back in 15 seconds.
Free throw line for ROCORI,
So this is a 30? Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, we need those. They're not taking many breaks. Hondel missed both free throws for the Spartans, so the Spartans have the ball out of bounds on the side, and the ball will belong to ROCORI as it's inbound by Ethan. Left side to Howells, who just checked back in. Philippi cross court with the ball back outside for Crone. ROCORI trying to get some movement. There's a jump shot by Howells. It won't go. Rebound pulled out of there by Dewey Bach, or Darren Bach, I should say. Dewey Bach is the assistant coach. I'm not sure what the relativity is there. Here's a steal at the other end by Jesse Philippi. Each club with 2 turnovers in the second half now. Philippi goes to the basket, puts up the shot. It won't go. Yes, it did go. Blocking foul will be called. Basket will count. The foul will be charged to Chad Newman. And that was not a popular call with the Willmar Cardinals. They thought there should have been a charge. Philippi got the bucket. Well, that was a little payback on that one. Blocking foul called on Chad Newman, his second personal foul of the ball game. Philippi at the line with a chance to complete a three-point play. 2:45 to play in the third quarter. 48-21. Yes, that score is correct. Philippi with a chance to cut it down. It's up, no good. Rebound pulled down in the corner by Newman. Willmar is just playing excellent, excellent defense, and ROCORI not helping their own cause as they're only 1 out of 5 from the charity line. Here's outside pass from Hillenbrand out to Cray into Hillenbrand, and he's fouled on the inside. Holding will be called. The foul will be charged to Jesse Philippi, reaching in, picking up his second personal foul of the ball game. And out of bounds to the Cardinals under their own basket. 2:30 to play in the third quarter, 48-21. Willmar on top by 27. The pass comes in. It's off the hands of Newman and out of bounds, and ROCORI will have it. Backcourt baseline. Willmar, third turnover second half. They had 3 in the entire first half. And Crone with the man-to-man defense waves Philippi. Had you dribble with the man-to-man defense, you pass with the zone defense. Jump shot, left side is up and good by Handel, who hits the 15-footer. First J of the night for him. Here's a steal by Philippi. Missed the shot, and the ball's out of bounds. And it'll belong to ROCORI. So 4 turnovers in the game for the Cardinals. And now back into the ballgame comes Hansen, Nate Hansen. Erickson sits down. Newman sits down. Brian Bach also back into the ballgame. Hillenbrand, Darren Bach is still in there. Pass over to Philippi. Cross-court pass to Howells. Howells drives into the lane, puts up the little jump shot, hits it. Steve Howells with the basket. He has 4. ROCORI with full court man-to-man pressure. 48-25 the score. ROCORI with 4 unanswered points. Make that 6 unanswered points. Left side to Bach. Darren Bach covered closely by Howells. Pass intended for Bach. Brian Bach hit him in the shoulder or face. He lost the ball. Turnover 5 for Willmar as they're having trouble handling the ball. And now traveling called on the Spartans is their 3rd turnover of the second half. 98 Country is WWJO St. Cloud, Minnesota. Into the ball game. Jim Krause will check in for the Spartans momentarily as Gary Distel apparently wants to have one of his B squatters get his chance in there, so he'll be coming in. Jim Krause has played very well for the B squad. The B squad lost tonight, by the way, 46-33. That was a very close game at halftime, something like 26-24. Here's a steal by the Spartans. Ahead to Hondo, but he can't handle it. It's out of bounds to Willmar. Teams exchange turnovers, pretty ragged out there right now. Minute 19 to play third quarter, 48-25. The lead belongs to Willmar. They've led the entire ball game, jumped out to a 6-0 lead, and really haven't looked back as they led by 18 at the half and had the lead up to 29 at one time, 48-19. Corey scored the last 6 points. Jim Krause will check in for the Spartans. And sitting down will be Philippi for the Spartans. They say Telke is in, but it is Jim Krause wearing number 10 for ROCORI. Crone is also in there. Newring just checked back in. Handel and Hulls. Free throw no good by Cray. He's missed his 2 attempts at the line. Only 3 misses for Willmar tonight. They've made 9 free throws in 12 attempts. Second free throw by Cray is good, so 10 out of 13 for the Cardinals. And they lead at 49-25. Their first point in a while, though. Krause across the timeline gets it to Crone. Crone with the basketball at long range. Brings it back over to Krause. Back to Crone. At long range, back to Krause. They want him to get a chance to shoot a 3, I believe. Now to Howells. Back over to Crone, to Howells. Howells for 3. It's on the iron, no good. Rebound is pulled out of there by Willmar's Matt Thompson. And with 39 seconds to play on the drive, Cray goes all the way to the basket. Nobody stopped him, and he's coming in. 3 points for Cray, and Coach Bob Rink not happy with the way his club is playing right now. 26-point lead for the Cardinals. Dan Crone with the basketball on the far side. Inside for Newring. Newring with a little jump hook. It's good. Tim Newring's first 2 points of the game. 51-27. Willmar with the lead. Outside with the basketball, it's Crone. or make that Cray, I should say. Bounce pass down, well, attempted down into the corner, but apparently last touched by Willmar. 1 second on the clock. For the third quarter, 51-27 the score. Nuring bounces it into Krause, who fires it up court. That's the end of the third quarter. The score, Willmar 51, ROCORI 27. Back in a minute. Have it for you here on 98. Rod, tonight it's going to be tough for the Spartans to have anybody because it really has not been a good night for the Spartans. The shot from the corner by Crone is no good. Here's Wade Hansen ahead, and it's picked off by Nuring. Spartans are forcing turnovers. That's 10 in the ball game. 7 of those here in the second half by Willmar, but a little bit too late. Here's Krause with a three-point shot from the right side. His toe was on the line on that shot, but the shot's no good anyway. Down court, Hansen. Back out to Habana over on the left side. 7:19 to play. Pass inside for Hillenbrand, or make that Bach. And Brian Bach has 8 in the ball game. Hillenbrand is not in there right now. Thompson, Bach, Newman, Habana, and Hansen in there for Willmar. For ROCORI, it's Dan Moore checking in right now. Hondo will sit down. It's been a frustrating night for Scott Hondo. Nuring, Moore, Crone, Krause, and Howells right now for ROCORI. They're trying any combination they possibly can to see if they can get something going here tonight, but there's just nothing going right now. Crone right side, Howells. Bounce pass inside for Moore. Further inside, nice pass goes to Nuring, but his shot won't go. And the follow-up rebound goes out of bounds. It'll be ROCORI's ball. 6:19 to play, 53-27. Willmar with that commanding lead. Krause, ROCORI trying to make it respectable. Here's Crone. ROCORI shooting very poorly as well. The foul will be called on Howells. For Steve Howells, it'll be his second personal foul. 4th team foul against the Spartans, and out of bounds to Willmar, backcourt baseline. 3 on the Cardinals, 4 on the Spartans team-wise. And now pressure put on by ROCORI full court. Habana, covered by Crone, will clear it across the timeline. Down court, goes right side. Here's the shot put up, partially blocked. Follow-up partially blocked, and now a whistle and a foul. And the personal will be on Dan Moore, I believe, which would be his first of the ball game. I don't believe the Cardinals have called a timeout in this game, and the Spartans have called only 2, I believe, as we've had not many timeouts. And you got a game this wide open, obviously. It is not one that they call a lot of timeouts. They just soon get it over with. Pass inside. Willmar has really had no reason to call a timeout. Bach with a turnaround jump as he posted up from 8, won't go. Rebound Moore, gets it ahead to Crone. Crone out at long range. It's off on the right side to Howells. Our next broadcast game will be at Monticello in about 10 days here on 98. Spartans will play, obviously. Howells with a jumper from 10. It's good. Steve Howells with 6 in the ball game. Outside, this is Hansen. Jump shot blocked by Crone as Habana, the only thing he hasn't done right. Crone with a nice block on that ball. Here's Howells outside, 53-29, back out to Crone, to Moore. Moore drives it into the lane, back to Howells. Howells for 3, it's good. Howells for 3. He has 9 in the ball game now, unofficially. And 53-32 the score, 5:39 to play. ROCORI obviously full court pressure. And Cardinals making a substitution, but I'm not sure who it was that came in. Darren Bach, I believe, is back in. Pass down into the corner to Darren Bach. He brings it back out. Long range, Hansen. ROCORI in a man-to-man, trying to get that ball back. Chad Eichers. And And the jump shot from the right. And the shot is good by Brian Bach for the Cardinals. He has 11 points. Jump shot right side Crone. It won't go. Rebound pulled down. And Moore finally got it up there, but a foul was called. Personal foul will be called. And let's see who picked it up. It'll be on Brian Bach. It'll be his third personal foul. Moore will go to the line for a pair. We'll come back in 30 seconds. First free throw. We'll have one more coming. 2 out of 3 from the stripe. His points from the free throw line. Hits the first one. One more coming. 55-33. Up and good. So Moore hits them both. 3 out of 4 from the line. Hillenbrand comes back into the game, and Brian Bach will sit down. And full court pressure again put on by ROCORI. Chad Eichers just checked in for ROCORI, along with Moore, Crone, Kraus, and Howells for the Spartans. Coach Bob Brink trying to find the right combination to get some points on the board. His team just hasn't shot well tonight, and got to give Willmar a lot of credit for that. We're going to get a foul called on Crone, and for Dan Crone, it'll be his first personal foul. It'll be team foul number 6, so out of bounds on the side to the Cardinals. The next time around, it'll be the bonus for Willmar. 4:42 to play. 55-34 the score. Ball is loose, out of bounds. It'll still belong to the Cardinals. And Coach Mike Hansen has the jacket off, the tie loose. As he comes up and claps his hands and encourages his troops on. Hillenbrand has it knocked away. It'll be out of bounds to the Cardinals under their own basket. We'll be naming our Marnatelli's ROCORI Pizza player, Marnatelli's Pizza ROCORI player of the game, to get that straight. Back into the ball game for the Cardinals is Matt Erickson now. He has the ball on the right side. Inside, turnaround, up, block. Newman went up for the shot, but it was a block, and a foul will be charged to the Spartans. It'll be on ROCORI's number 20. Who's out there that's number 20? Oh, Chad Eichers. Eichers with the personal. 2 shots coming for Newman. Back in a minute. Newman makes both free throws, and ROCORI back on the attack. 56-34 the score. 3:53 to play. Bounce pass over to Crone. Over on the left side now to Howells. Back to Crone. Crone drives into the lane. Running jumper. No good. Rebound out of bounds. It'll belong to the Spartans. 3:44 on the clock for the ball game. 56-34. Willmar on top. And it'll be out of bounds under the basket to ROCORI. Howells into Moore in the corner. Back out to Crone. Spartans will have to be a little frustrated after this one tonight. Jump shot from three-point land won't go. Eichers battling for the ball, but Johnson comes out with it. He's back into the ball game for ROCORI. Outside to Howells, right side to Crone. Crone drives, tries to drop it inside, does to Eichers. Bounces it back outside to Howells. Over to Crone. 56-34 the score. Right side jumper won't go by Howells. Rebound Loose, picked up. Here comes Darren Bach on the run. Bounces it ahead to Erickson. Throws it up with the left hand. It's no good, but we're going to get a foul called. And the personal foul will be, I believe, on Willmar. A push on Crone, apparently. His second foul of the ball game. For the Cardinals, Lucas Woodford checks in. Lucas Woodford is a 6'2 junior. 3:09 to play at the line. Darren Bach. His free throw is up, and it's good. Darren Bach makes his first point of the ball game. And another one coming. Kraus will come in for ROCORI. Crone will sit down. Johnson, Eichers, Moore, and Hull's in there also for the Spartans right now. Second free throw by Bach is no good. Rebound pulled down by Johnson. Johnson will bring it across the timeline for the Spartans on the left side. Willmar sags back into their 2-3 zone defense. Playing Erickson out front. And Woodford, Hillenbrand, and Darren Bach across the back. So a new team in there with the exception of Hillenbrand, who started. Now Doug Sherman will check in for ROCORI. Here's a turnaround jumper by Johnson that won't go, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul called on Eichers. Second foul on Eichers. We'll go to the other end for the 1-and-1. We'll come back in 30 seconds.
Calling for 42, number 40. Willmar is for 1-1.
ROCORI back on the attack after the missed free throw. Here's Howells with a jumper. It's in and out, no good. Rebound down and traveling called as two Willmar players went down. Both Woodford and Hillenbrand went down in the corner. And now Willmar goes with a practically new team as Jim Highland checks in. Woodford stays in. Hillenbrand comes out. Matt Werder is into the ball game. Matt Gorin's in. And also in the ball game is Jeff Bruin, a 6'7 sophomore or junior. So, and now Eichers sits down and Doug Sherman is in for the Spartans. Over on the right side for ROCORI, the shot no good, but a foul free throw will be coming up.
Who's number 4? Steve Thompson?
Okay, Steve Thompson is in the ball game for ROCORI. And Steve is apparently off the B squad as he's not listed here. So Steve Thompson at the free throw line. His free throw is no good. Steve Thompson at the line. Steve Thompson, I don't know if he's listed on the varsity or either way. He misses both free throws anyway. And down court, Willmar on the attack. 2:07 to play. Jump shot from the baseline is good. Put up by Jim Bruin. Bruin's first 2 points of the ball game. Pass across the timeline. On the left side, this is Johnson. Over to Kraus. Playing the high post is Sherman. Right now for ROCORI. Also into the ball game for the Spartans is that mysterious player that we had on Saturday that we didn't know the name of. And here's a jump shot. Goes way over the top. No good by Bart Johnson. Across the timeline, pass down court, along the baseline, driving shot won't go for Willmar. Rebound pulled down by Steve Thompson. Across the timeline, pulls up, jump shot way off the mark. Boy, the Spartans are a mile off right now. Minute 24 to play. Mike Telke gets set to come in for ROCORI in a moment. Here's the pass inside. It's up and good. That basket will go to Woodford. Lucas Woodford's first basket of the ball game. Pass across the timeline to Johnson. A minute to play in the ball game. Here's Johnson for three. It's in and out, no good. Rebound, battled for, taken by Thompson. Has it blocked. Loose ball. And finally, Willmar's Woodford comes out with the ball. Across the timeline. Into the lane. Lost ball. Picked up outside. And now timeout Willmar. 61-34 Willmar. 44 seconds to play. Back in 90 seconds. Yeah, I know Kraus. Is that 32 is Kalki?
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct. What's the score? 61-34. Yep.
Excuse me, number 43, Willmar.
61-34 the score. Willmar on top as we approach the final seconds of this one. It'll mercifully come to an end. 61-34. On the drive, the layup won't go. A big crash at the other end, but the follow-up shot is good. Goran's got the bucket. Lots of new faces in there. Pat Rothstein was the number 24, or 14 rather, that we didn't know on Saturday, and Mike Hemmings brings us up to date. The numbers are a little bit mixed up here, but Tulke is in there right now along with Kraus, Sherman, Rothstein, and Thompson. Long shot, no good at the buzzer. That's the end of the ball game. The final score, Willmar 63, ROCORI 34, back in 2 minutes. How you doing as far as breaks? Say Dory? 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 Have you got all the ones you need now, or do you need more? Martinelli's you can save for the post-game show. Okay, so we need one more break then, huh? I'll take it during the scoring. Okay. How much will you need then? A minute? Back once again at Willmar, where the final score 63-34. Willmar winning it over the ROCORI Spartans. We'll be having our post-game show with Martinelli's Pizza, and we'll also name our Martinelli's Pizza Player of the Game. It's going to be tough to pick somebody out here tonight because it was not a good night for any of the ROCORI Spartans as far as that end of it was concerned. Willmar will go to 4-4 in the conference, 9-4 overall. ROCORI will drop to 6-10 overall and 3-5 in the conference. For the Cardinals, it's been easy to pick a player of the game. Ryan Habana had a real solid performance, had 3 3-pointers and 4 out of 4 from the charity line. He finishes with 17 to be the top scorer for Willmar. Nate Hansen had 3 for Matt Thompson. Brian Bach had 11. Chad Newman had went to the free throw line a total of 7 times, made 6, and finished with 12 off the bench for the 6'4 sophomore. He's a good one. 4 points for Hillenbrand. Crow had 3 off the bench. Woodford had 2. Darren Bach with a point. Matt Erickson did not score. And off the bench for the Cardinals, they had points for Matt Gorans and Jeff Bruin with a pair of field goals, each with a field goal, I should say. Don't feel like fixing brunch this Sunday? No problem. Enjoy the Waffle Bar at the Red River Inn. It features waffles, sausage, fruit, salad bar, rolls, juice, and more. Only $4.25. Served 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Sunday. The Red River Inn, Main Mall in Cold Spring. Now let's look at the scoring for the Spartans. And it was Jesse Philippi with 2. Dan Crone did not score. 9 points for Steve Howells, including a 3-pointer. 10 points for Bart Johnson, including a pair of 3-pointers and a pair of 2-pointers. Craig Ethan had 4. Danny Moore, 3 out of 4 from the charity line, 3 points. Lyle New did not score. Scott Schreiner had a field goal for 2. Scott Honel a field goal for 2. Tim Nuring had a field goal for 2. And as far as other players, Ikers and just about everybody else saw action. I don't believe we had any points scored by that group. We'll come back with our post-game show and our Marnatelli's Pizza Player of the Game, and we'll do that right after these messages. What's that? Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Right, exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. We're back once again at Willmar, where the Cardinals have just won it 63-34. One of the more disappointing games as far as the Spartans are concerned this season, but give the credit to the Willmar Cardinal defense. They were superb tonight. They played a great matchup type 2-3 zone. They even had a little 1-3-1 in there mixed in, and they played some very good man-to-man defense as well, but they just played some real good defense, and that was the big difference in the ball game as Willmar just shut down the Spartans here tonight, and it's only 34 points. It was 19-13 at the quarter, 37-19 at the half, and 51-27 at the end of 3 quarters, and 63-34 the final score. It's going to be tough to name a player of the game for the Spartans here tonight, but we're going to try and do that after this for Marnatelli's. Tonight, good solid performance the last couple times out, even though he was going against bigger players than he, but doing a nice job on the boards and scoring 4 points in tonight's ball game. Craig Ethan, the 6'4 senior, will be our Marnatelli's Pizza Player of the Game for tonight. And as I said before, I'm sure none of the Spartans were real pleased with the way they played tonight, but again, credit that Willmar defense with a very outstanding performance on their side. ROCORI goes to 6-10 overall, 3-5 in the conference, and they will again be in action, and that'll be coming up. Let's get the Spartans' next ball game, as we will not have a ROCORI game for about 10 days now. We'll have the Monticello game, but between now and the Monticello game, ROCORI will play this Friday night, and they will be at St. Cloud Tech. That'll be a 5:45 B game and a 7:30 start for the varsity with St. Cloud Tech and the ROCORI Spartans on Friday the 5th. And then a week from Friday, we'll have ROCORI at Monticello, and that should be a pretty good matchup between those two ball clubs. We will also be bringing you the ROCORI Alexandria game at Alec, and then Brainerd back at ROCORI. So we'll be doing every other game from here on out, and of course John Schroeder will have St. Cloud State basketball for you right here on 98 Country on those Friday and Saturday nights when we're not broadcasting ROCORI basketball. Our post-game show, player of the game is, Marnatelli's player of the game is Craig Ethan, and our post-game show presented by Marnatelli's Pizza. Thanks to Dory Adams back at the studios. Thanks to you for joining us in the broadcast. Here's a score for you in the Central Lake, 62-58. Little Falls was leading with about 3 minutes to play against St. Cloud Tech in that one. Our final Willmar 63, ROCORI 34, and from Willmar, I'm Connie O. What's that?
Some other CLC scores?
The only one I had was 3 minutes to go. Little Falls led St. Cloud Tech 62-50.
My thanks to Connie O for doing play-by-play. We sat right above him here at Willmar. As you know, it was in a losing cause, but nevertheless, another game under the belt, and we'll do our best next time. And next time will be this Friday at Tech, and we hope to be there and bring that back to you also. And we're looking for better things. So from Willmar on Tuesday, Groundhog's Day, February 2nd, 1993. Bill Godey, cameraman. This has been Channel 34 Public Access Sports Presentation. Good night.